I am resident of Colorado for YouTube. Joel saying, so does my buddy Patrick McCray. My buddy Alan
Yes.
Gallant is here. Uh, we are here to review The Serpent and the Rainbow, directed by Wes Craven, screenplay by Richard Maxwell and A.R. Simeon, based on The Serpent and the Rainbow by Wade Davis, produced by Doug Claiborne and David Ladd and Rob Cohen, starring Bill Pillman, Kathy Tyson. Holy shit!
Yo.
Cinematography was done by John Lindsley, edited by Glenn Farr, music by Brad Fidel. It's distributed by Universal Pictures. Release date February 5th, 1988. Budget was 10 million. Box office $19.6 million. Guys, this is the most Dark Shadows movie ever.
Yeah, it's
Somewhat.
Dark Shadows in Haiti.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. And
Joan
Haiti.
Bennett had that Haitian quality. She did. She was just her complexion just screamed the Southern Caribbean.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. Yeah. What did you guys make? Or so, first of all, when did you guys first see this? What did you make of this movie, Alan?
I saw it on television, probably 3 years after it, 3 or 4 years after it debuted, probably something like that. So I can't even remember. I probably saw it on like a 19-inch television or something like that. Wasn't I mean the story's impressive and spooky and everything else, but it wasn't nearly as impressive as seeing it on a larger television set as I did this last time. It's very atmospheric. Obviously, it's very steeped in the voodoo Catholic sort of mysteries, as well as being sort of a story of um, you know drugs and manipulation of people through drugs. Very harrowing. And this is the first movie I've seen. I think this is the first movie I saw Bill Pullman in, actually, where he was like a superhero kind of guy,
Yeah.
stand up kind of guy, and kind of practicing his craft
Yeah.
for Independence Day.
Well, no, it's Spaceballs.
Yeah, Spaceballs. Yeah, okay.
It's the Han Solo character in
It is true.
Spaceballs.
It is true. He is, but it's also it's a comedy, so
There you go.
it's a little different. But yeah, you're right. I mean, they obviously hired him for that look as well for Spaceballs.
Exactly.
So probably around 91, 92, something like that.
Wow.
I saw the movie. Yeah, it was later. I completely missed it.
I
I
saw
don't
it
even
within.
know. I don't even know if it came to like Bangor. It's a
Yeah,
small stop on the train line, so it may not have even come to Bangor.
I saw it in San Diego, one of the big theaters there
Yeah,
in 1988 when it opened.
cool. Very cool. Yeah, I would have preferred to have seen it in a big theater, no
Yeah,
doubt.
it was nice to see Wes Craven kind of break out and make something a little different.
Yeah, and it is. I mean, it's got his touch, the spooky touch, but it also has jump scares in it, which are pretty good. But it's very different from many of his other movies, obviously.
Yeah.
Yeah. I saw this movie on television on TNT's Monster Vision with Joe Bob Briggs.
Yeah,
Uh, what a movie.
yeah.
Just the location, how beautiful, really enriched in culture. We've talked about how some of the James Bond movies get into culture. This movie definitely gets into that.
Hmm.
And, voodoo with medicine and science. I mean, him him playing a doctor and then being a skeptic of all this, like
Yeah.
he calls him out on it, all out on it very early on. He goes, "No, you're all full of shit." It's like about that.
About that.
Yeah.
Let's just jump into somebody else's culture and tell them they're full of shit. Yeah. Good
Right?
idea. Especially
Right.
when that culture is being ruled over by one of the craziest, most brutal dictators of the Caribbean, Duvalier. So
Yeah.
it's like Baby Doc, as a matter of fact. Yeah. And that's thing is this thing was kind of current at the time because at the end of the movie, Baby Doc is ousted and the whole place goes completely berserk,
Yeah.
because the people have been under his thumb for so long. So that I found that really interesting because I remember when that was going on. I remember hearing about it in the news and everything else. That was in '86. This was in '88, obviously. But and speaking of '86, Kathy Tyson made her international debut in Mona Lisa in '86. So this is like second
With Bob Hoskins.
for her. That's right, Bob
Yeah.
Hoskins. And she was like, she was the it girl. I mean, she's beautiful and she's a good actress. And
Named after a chicken empire. She's got it all.
actually, one of my good friends back in the day that I used to work with, she was an actress in in the summer stock company that I worked for a number of years. Her name was Kathy Tyson, spelled the same way and everything.
Oh,
Yeah.
Cool. Cool. Uh, with this movie, because you see early on too, he goes through the jungle. Um, a what was it, a leopard or something is his spirit animal.
Yes,
Uh,
uh-huh.
this is when he's in I think is this when he's in South America first, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah,
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 and he takes the ayahuasca or whatever the guy gives him and from that moment on he's having visions all the time. It's
hmm
just like
yeah. I
and
mean, the filming locations of this movie are really cool. You got Boston, Massachusetts, of course, Santo Domingo. Uh, you have in the Dominican
yep,
Republic and
yep,
in Haiti. So they
yep,
get every location they can in on this.
yep.
Craven and his crew did face challenges from the shooting on location in Haiti,
I would
including
imagine so since it was still pretty politically there was still a lot of unrest there.
multiple bouts of illness from contaminated
Yeah.
food and water, sewage leakage
Yeah.
in a local slums and cemeteries in which the scenes were filmed, and necessarily of enlisting a local militia for protection.
Yeah.
According to Craven, several villagers worth of Haitians sought the crew out to work as extras on the film.
They needed money. I mean, the place was, I mean, Haiti's an impoverished country. It's really, it's never been particularly, it's a victim of the worst kind of colonialism, basically, over the last several centuries. So
Was
yeah,
that
I can understand why they would want to, hopefully they gave them as much work as they could. So,
Wasn't it like victims of like early pirates too, like back in the day?
oh, the whole Caribbean was, yeah, Pirates of the Caribbean. Yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely. Um, but it was also, it was French and Dutch colonial. Haiti is half of the island. The other half of the island is the Dominican Republic. So there's also, unrest between two countries. There's poverty. There's a lot of things going on that have contributed to it, you know, financial and social stagnation in a lot of ways, although the culture is fairly rich.
I think the real life tensions with the culture really helped this movie.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, now the tourist bureau sponsored this, didn't they?
Oh, come on down, Blanc. Come on down.
Yeah, I wanted to visit.
Yeah, no,
Oh
I don't think so.
my gosh.
It's like when the ball hits a woodpecker or something in Caddyshack, and Ty Webb says, "Good luck in Haiti."
Yeah,
What Bill Pillman has always been a very good actor. Uh, what did you guys think of his performance here? Because he always plays the character so differently. And this character is very different than anything he had played after or before. What you guys think here of Bill Pullman?
He's this is a bit of a melodrama of, kind of a horror melodrama.
Yeah,
And he plays it. He's in that world. There's no doubt about it. I mean, some of the subtle moments you really have to play against the the general energy of the movie. Some of the more romantic moments he has, and it's kind of difficult to do that. But uh, particularly after he wakes up the next morning and Kathy Tyson's character is gone, and there's a woman with her head cut off in his bed. Uh, it's like jump scare. We're back.
Yeah.
We're back in the horror melodrama part.
yeah.
Uh, but I think he does a great job. I think he's in this world. I mean, he's out of it, but he's in it in terms of the script and the tone of the movie. He's in it.
Yeah.
Patrick, what
Oh,
do you think?
yeah.
I think he's a wonderfully capable leading man. It's sort of the person I feel like in a parallel universe got to do a lot more,
Mm.
and I wish I had seen more of him.
Yeah. I think what Craven does so well with him and with just the movie in general, he does a perfect balance of horror and reality and mixing the two of where one end and one begin in Death too. That as well.
Yeah, and
It,
also there's that whole level of dream walking and so
yeah.
on, where he's having visions and so on, that which is very much a part of that world.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, because like the effects in this movie aren't like a whole bunch. It's not like it's nothing too crazy,
no.
but it makes every bit of sense with this film. What happens? I mean, because though Pullman's character is very doubtful of it, you as the audience know, dude, um, easy with that narrative, but
Yeah.
he's getting into a world he doesn't fully understand.
No, he
He
doesn't respect it either because he
respect it.
think he thinks it's totally unscientific hooey, and
Yeah.
it takes him a while to come around.
Yeah. I mean, he understands medicine, he understands
Yeah, I
that.
mean, he understands the fact that this zombification is caused by some kind of drug combination. He does
Yeah.
understand that,
Yeah.
uh, which is very true, by the way.
Yeah.
That's not entirely fantasy.
Mhm.
That's how they would do it. Um,
Mhm.
to sort of mind control these people with these drugs and literally bury them alive sometimes, and then
Well, it's
dig them
fun.
out. You know?
They thought they'd think it was funny,
Yeah, yeah.
and it wasn't.
No.
The
Speaking of
during
being buried alive, something has come up with a sick animal that I have to take care of.
Okay.
Okay.
And I am sorry to say that I may come back, but if I don't, uh, mind your voodoo
I
Yeah.
and powder the blowfish for me if
Yeah,
you
I,
would.
I, I feel you with a sick animal.
Yeah, yeah, I know you do. I know you do. I will talk to you later.
Okay,
Okay. Okay.
no worries.
Cool. Cool. But yeah, speaking of animals, they get into how the drug is made
Yes,
in this movie, which I think Craven did a really good job shooting this, and how Pullman's narration in this movie really makes his character even more valuable to the
sure. I think the
audience.
narration works fine. It
Yeah.
isn't jarring at all. He's just telling the audience occasionally he's just telling the audience where he's at or where he
Mhm.
was at when he's telling the story afterwards, most likely. Yeah, the making of the powder and everything, and them getting a hold of this guy who is willing to sort of help them, which is, obviously he's sort of betraying the mystery of it all, and pays for it dearly eventually. But the making of this powder is a combination of sort of, cookbooking and also the mysteries of the dead, because he makes him go into this old grave and yank out pieces of this cadaver and does all sorts of things with that probably aren't a necessary part of the whole process, but because of the connection to the mysticism and the religion and the voodoo and everything. That's what they do. It's part of the ritualized part of creating this stuff. So yeah, it's very interesting. And then you've got the arch villain. That guy is amazing. I mean, he was amazing. He ended up in the United States, by the way. He's from South Africa originally. He ended up in the United States, and he was a theater director in the Las Vegas area the last number of years of his life, interestingly enough. But he's
I'm gonna mispronounce this name, so I apologize in advance. It's Zakis McCray?
something like that. Yeah,
Zakesmokae.
yeah,
Uh,
yeah. He was, I should say, 'cause he's passed away, but he was from South Africa originally, and
mhm.
um, but he is, you know, he's a little guy. He one very big guy, but what a package of dynamite in this movie he is as a character. Just amazing stuff that
Yeah,
he
he
does.
plays a perfect antagonist in this.
Yeah, exactly. Smoke Eye. Yeah,
Yeah.
he's really really good.
Mhm.
Paul Winfield is also in this movie, which I had forgotten he was in this movie. Um, and who else is in this movie? There's uh, Michael Gough is in this movie. He's for those that don't know the name, he was um, Michael Keaton's Batman's Alfred.
Alfred, yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Mhm.
So yeah, it's an interesting cast of people. Obviously, a lot of um, African Americans and Afro Caribbean actors, and but also um, quite a number of Hollywood types as well. So
Producer Rob Cohen brought the project to Wes Craven, who loved the project as he felt it was the perfect crossover piece to use his reputation as a horror director to reach a more adult audience. Wade Davis, who wrote the title book, which served as the basis for the film, served as a technical
yeah,
advisor during shooting. Despite being marked as a horror film, Craven himself saw the movie as a mixture of political drama and romance infused, with an exploration of the voodoo religion that was mostly unknown to a traditional horror audiences.
hmm
So they did have, by the way, during production in Haiti, the local government informed the cast and crew they could not guarantee their safety. No shit. For the
yeah, it was
remainder
really a mess. That was only 2 years after Duvalier had left. So
for the remainder of the film's shoot, because of the political strife and civil turmoil that was occurring during that time. As a result, production was relocated to the Dominican Republic for the remainder of the shoot. So they did shoot in
These-
Haiti.
they did, but they crossed over into the other side of the island eventually because
They said
it was at least a bit more stable over in
they
the,
said peace. We're out of here.
yeah, basically. It's just, and when the DR is more stable, it's like, it's bad.
Yes, my God. But when the Dominican Republic is more stable, then
Yeah,
yeah, that's a problem.
most stable choice.
So in an interview, Craven stated that unlike his previous films that had problems with the Motion Picture Association of America, First Cut got an R rating without any problem. According to an article from Fangoria 71, the original cut was 184 minutes long.
Wow.
Craven felt that it was too long and talky, so he cut it down to 98 minutes.
Yeah, because I mean, that's like 3 hours long. That's just
I think less is best when you get into horror.
well, yeah, and you've got to keep the audience. You can't exhaust them,
Yeah.
especially with this kind of thing that's got all sorts of spooky stuff in it and jump scares and everything else. You have to
Well, we're both fans of Dark Shadows. Dark Shadows proved you don't need 3 hours to do a soap
no,
opera.
no,
Uh,
no. You can have some economy, and I think that the length of this one was definitely just right. It worked out fine.
and in many ways, this movie has a lot of soap opera elements in it.
Yeah,
in every way. You not just the voodoo, but you have the love angle going on. You have the political unrest. So there's all this other stuff going on. And I love the location, every location we get in this movie, from the streets to the jungle, the cemetery is creepy.
Yeah.
The start of this movie is really fun too,
Hmm.
because that's how Pullman
That's how
Station gets
you get,
into.
well, this is how he establishes sort of his vision quest,
Yeah.
because he has his first visions. And also it establishes what you see in towards the end of the movie. His his uh, his animal is like the jaguar or whatever, and it comes back to help him at the end of the movie when
Hmm.
he's battling this guy. So that's kind of fun.
Yeah. Pullman's character too is really good. Kathy Tyson's character is very interesting. Paul Winfield's character, I think his character gets killed off.
Yes, he does. Unfortunately, he does.
But great actor,
Yeah.
great actor. Paul Winfield is.
Yeah.
I forget other things I've seen him in. I know I've seen him in a ton
Well,
of.
he came to prominence in the 70s. He did a film called Sounder with Cicely Tyson, and that won a lot of awards and so on. But he's in he's in an episode. He plays an alien in an episode of Next Generation, which is
Yeah,
considered a really good episode where he talks in storytelling metaphors. He's a member of a race of aliens that talk in storytelling metaphors, and so um, Picard is marooned on this planet with him, and he has to learn how to speak his language. So he starts figuring out what he means. When he mentions these events from his alien history, he's trying to say something in everyday language. And so they learn how to speak that language together, and they start out as uh, adversaries and end up helping each other. So that's pretty
oh,
cool.
he's also in Star Trek II, Wrath of Khan.
Yep, he is.
So
He plays a Federation officer captain in that.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
So, what's some of your favorite scenes from this, Alan?
Um, well, I love the Vision Quest stuff.
Hmm.
I love a lot of the battle that he has with the antagonist occurs in dreams until the final battle, which is more or less real. Although there's some weird stuff that happens in that too. But I really enjoyed um, that sort of atmospheric stuff. Obviously, you've got some horror influence stuff in the graveyards and so on. But I really liked that aspect of it. So there's several scenes that occur with that sort of the dream stuff in it, or vision stuff. Most of it's triggered by his first ayahuasca like experience, but then of course he's also been subject to other stuff in Haiti as well. So that's that I really enjoy that stuff. It's the high drama stuff.
When he's back in London and he's starting to hallucinate and sense
Yeah.
or things are going wrong, the torture sequence is pretty good.
Hmm.
What I love most in this movie is near right at the cemetery, and he's still doubting things so
Hmm.
much,
But he's
and
going along because things are getting bad.
yeah, things are getting bad, and every time when his character's caught when his character goes back to his hotel room, he realizes I'm in a lot of danger here now, and he can't just stay in one place,
Hmm.
and that's what causes him to kind of get tortured, captured, and tortured.
Yeah.
He
Yeah.
gets warned. He goes, "Look, basically fuck around and find out if you're gonna
Right.
stay here." Well, that's basically the warning, and it comes with some consequences. Uh, I love the ending of this movie. It's really, really good. There's the whole, it did the drug. What's the drug used for? Who knows? Fucking
Hmm. Well, it's obviously used to hallucinate, among
hallucinate.
other things. But I mean, he also zombifies the guy. And it has I think some of the after effects of that, once he's rescued, he is still subject to having hallucinations and visions because of his experience with that
Th-
drug.
th- This is where a Dark Shadows show should start in Haiti, with
Right.
voodoo, with voodoo.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you could do it. You could, or go back to Martinique. Same thing.
Yeah, yeah,
Same thing.
absolutely.
West
Uh,
Indies.
so could you imagine if Dan Curtis would have did a movie like this? And
Hmm. Yeah, I actually could. I don't think he could do it as well as Craven, but I think he.
no,
Yeah.
uh,
It would have been interesting with Dark Shadows characters for sure.
yeah, I think Craven himself would have been an interesting choice to do a Dark Shadows
Hmm.
movie.
Yeah.
Because he would have added these elements here probably. Uh, because they're very Dark Shadows esque, every bit of this.
Yeah. The mood, the whole, you know, the whole overarching sort of feel to it.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Uh, Scale 1 to 10, we give this movie.
Oh, this is 10 of its kind, no doubt. I like this. Yeah, it's 10 of its kind, no doubt.
Yeah, I own the Blu-ray. I bought this as soon as it came, the
Hmm.
Blu-ray. I've always enjoyed this film.
Yeah.
It's so good. Tim. I know people are going to crucify me. People say Nightmare on Elm Street is Craven's best. This is Craven's best movie.
I think I like this the best of
Yeah,
the stuff.
this
I really
this
do.
is Craven's best film, best movie. I would put that. I put this, People Under the Stairs, and Nightmare on Elm Street.
There you go.
Really,
Yeah.
all three good, all three great movies.
Hmm.
Because People Under the Stairs is different too, very
Yeah,
very
it is.
different.
It is.
Um,
It again, it's terror.
yeah,
It's build, it's dread, it's
yeah,
all that stuff.
absolutely, absolutely. And it's something you're not expecting either
Yeah.
when you watch that movie. There's things like you have these two thieves who are in this house. It's like, okay, what's going on here?
Sure, you get some misdirection
Hmm.
and uncertainty, which is great stuff to have in a movie of that, of that kind.
Oh yeah, absolutely, absolutely. Uh, yes, you should. I would say if I had to put a film, The Hills Have Eyes, obviously,
Yeah.
uh, the original,
Yes, the original.
the original, not the remake, not the remake, the original. The remakes, some movies should be left
I
alone.
agree. I totally agree.
And some movies you should watch and go, okay, okay, I
Yeah.
get what you're going for.
Hmm.
What's a remake that you liked and disliked? There you go. There's a question for you.
Um,
I know it's tough.
yeah, I'm thinking. Um, I really like the remake of Ocean's 11.
Ooh,
I like
ooh,
that because they did an all-star cast
yeah.
again. They spiced it up, made it, updated it and everything, and it really worked. Um, so I did enjoy that. In terms of one that was terrible, I guess, I mean, there's several horror ones like The Hills Have Eyes that have been redone that are not very good. Weirdly, the I would say probably the Munsters one that was just done is different.
Yeah,
Not
that's
totally
true.
disappointing, but
Yeah,
just so different that it you have to really kind of adjust your antenna for it,
you do.
especially if you're used to the old silly, goofy comedy version of the Munsters.
What's weird is, in my opinion, I think Rob's the Monsters
Hmm.
is made for a studio audience because a
It's
lot of the jokes are just like, wait,
yeah,
what?
but it's darker.
It's dark.
It is, and also there was a made for TV pilot that was done a few years ago called 13 Mockingbird Lane or something like that, and it had trying to remember who was in it. Um, that was kind of interesting and different, and it was very dark. It had some humor in it, but uh, it was much darker than the original series. Let me see if I can find it. Let you know who was in the cast. Yeah. Um, okay. Let me see. I think it might have been just called Mockingbird Lane. Yeah, that was it. And it was, let me see who was in it. Yeah, Eddie Izzard played Grandpa, if you want to believe this. And this is in 2012. He wasn't that old, but they made him up to look older and so on.
Wow.
Yeah. And Portia de Rossi played Lily, and Jerry O'Connell played Herman Munster. And he wasn't made up in green makeup or anything. He looked like a regular guy, except his whole chest would open up, and Grandpa would tinker with him.
Yeah.
You know, and trying to think of anybody else. That was the people that you'd probably know from the cast. Um, a Butch Patrick made a cameo in it.
Yeah. Butch Patrick has always supported anything the monsters, which I love.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. He has. He's actually, I mean, he's made a good living doing conventions, I think, over the last
I met
30
him.
years.
Yeah,
He does a ton of conventions. He's
I
always on.
met him at one. Yeah, he's real nice.
Yeah.
Real nice.
Yeah.
Super cool guy.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'd love to see like the monsters sort of rebooted like one last time.
Hmm.
But I don't know if we'll get. I know we got a movie from Rob, but
Yeah, we got great treatment from the Adams Family. We've got
yes,
a
we
ton
do.
of good stuff out from the Adams Family.
Hmm.
Yeah, it'd be nice to have the monsters get that better treatment too.
I had. Let's see. Herman Monster. If you're looking for like a mixture of funny and like tall, I would say the perfect person would be Brad Garrett, who was in what is it? Everybody Loves Raymond.
Yeah, sure.
He's kind of tall and he could do
He's
it.
very big and he has a deep voice and so on, and he has a sense of comedy too. He's done
Yeah.
comedy before.
Now, Grandpa must. I want one person to be the most sarcastic ass vampire, and who better than Dennis Miller?
Yeah,
And literally,
yeah, yeah. I think that might work.
yeah. Uh, but yeah, I'd love to see it. So, but yeah, I'll give you a favorite. My favorite remake, and I do have one, and my least favorite. My least favorite remake because it's fucking Psycho. Gus
Yeah.
Van Sant's Psycho is so easy to pick on, because he's an idiot and he's a mark for himself.
Uh-huh.
Uh, no, I'm not sorry about that. Uh, and I was real surprised with Rob's Halloween. It was different. I don't hate it. I think a lot of people shit on Rob for no reason.
I don't typically do that, even if I don't really get
Right.
everything he does. I think
No,
he's
I'm not
very good.
meaning you.
Yeah, yeah, no, no, but I mean, in general,
Yeah,
I think he's a very creative person. So
yeah.
I give him a break. If he wants to take
I,
risks doing stuff.
well, that's the thing. Like when somebody's remaking something, it doesn't mean they're going to copy
Right.
what the
Well,
previous person
preferably
did.
not.
You know?
Preferably not. Give it a new feel or
Yeah,
inject it with something, of the time or whatever, but do something. Keep
yeah,
the spirit of it, sure, but
yeah.
something different with it.
And if you get a chance, watch. It's not a remake. Watch Texas Chainsaw Massacre, uh, the new beginning with Matthew McConaughey,
Okay.
because you will laugh your ass off.
Yeah. Was that early in his career?
It's real early. He's
Yeah.
young.
Yeah.
Him and Renee Zellweger are in that
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
My God, it's like Three Stooges esque because the Sawyer brothers are smacking each other
Right.
around.
Right. Sure. Sure.
Oh my God. Is there anything you want to add about the movie before we go?
Oh, it's a great movie. I highly recommend it. If anybody likes this kind of sort of South Seas voodoo stuff,
Yes,
uh,
yes.
go for it, man. It's really good. It's fabulous.
Saturday, we're going to start the Star Trek movies. Beam me up, Scotty.
Okay.
So with the first Star Trek,
So Star Trek, the motion picture.
Star Trek, the motion picture.
Okay.
Going to be a really, really, instead of in space, no one can hear you scream.
It's
We're gonna,
in space. Nobody can hear you wearing any color except beige.
that's right. That's right. That's right. I'm gonna have to find something beige to put on, or Julie buy me something. And
Any excuse.
first of all, to Patrick and Alan, have a safe and happy Friday the 13th. I won't see you guys on Friday. I'll see you
Right.
guys Saturday. Link to Patrick McCray's Dark Shadows Debug Unbound is going to be in the description box. Link to Alan Gallant's YouTube channel, Collins Porch After Dark, is going to be in the description box. Have a good night, buddy.
Have a good one.
Bye.